Welcome back, Las Vegas. The score is now tied. NesTea looking so strong last game. We'll see if Alive can push things ahead here. Like we said earlier, the next map is going to be Sandshore Mist.
Exactly, and before we head into the match, a quick announcement. We just got the information that there are some exclusive AMD Sapphire lanyards for the first 30 people who go to the merchandise registration area. So if you guys want some of those AMD Sapphire lanyards, then definitely just walk out there. The first 31 of you will get one. Yeah, man, and I bet a lot of people are really conflicted right now. You can see some people getting up and going, but those people might miss the beginning of the next game. I mean, I don't know, it's a tough choice. Do you get a lanyard or do you miss a few seconds of this game? Just thinking about how fast they run, they will be back before the game starts. Yeah, probably so. I just saw those guys leave right over there. I heard one of those guys was like, nyong. It was basically like a Huntress in Warcraft 3. That was really weird. Okay. That sound effect that you did was pretty, pretty genuine, Caldor. Well, you know, as we said, NesTea is looking stronger than ever right now. I mean, he has had a kind of a slump in his career. He hasn't looked as dominant, but in this event, he looks like he may very well be able to get to the finals. Right now, the score is tied, and we are going to get into our third game. The countdown has started. This is going to be such a great game. I cannot wait. Who is rooting for NesTea? And where are our live fans? This is going to be a great match. We already had two amazing games, and this one won't be an exception. To the right side of the map, once again in the blue color, our incredible miracle player with his incredible Mutalisk control. It is NesTea! And his opponent to the left side of the map in the red color, the Fnatic player winning set number 1, and he will want to take the lead once again. It is Alive! Well, this map, Caldor, is a little bit smaller than some of the other maps you've seen, but there are no shortages of bases. Even two of the bases on this map are shaped like smiley faces. And in fact, those bases are islands. That's something to consider. We very rarely see islands in StarCraft 2. This is one of the first maps with islands. We'll see if that comes into play here. Alive putting his first barracks on the low ground here and putting another SCV out. It looks like he is going to put on some 2 racks pressure. Yes, indeed it does, but so far, is he getting the second barracks or is he just going for some scouting? We have a 1 drone getting in there, and there's the second barracks. It's hidden, and his opponent did not spot the SCV. And this could be very dangerous for NesTea. Let's see what exactly he's going to do. He's building his 15 hatch, and will he be greedy? Will he get another couple of drones and gas, or will he build the pool right away? Yeah, that is going to be such an important question. He does have an Overlord into position to spot for any bunkering going on. There goes the pool. He's not going to be taking too much of a risk with this. What we've seen from Alive here with the first barracks being shown, the second one being hidden, is something you don't see very often. It's kind of rare because it's something that, you know, your opponent, it's a mind game, but if your opponent finds the second barracks is a little bit far away, you may not be able to use that. But I like his choice to do this here. Now, NesTea, since he got that pool at a fairly normal timing, should be able to defend this, but any mistakes at all at Alive may be able to kill the hatchery. Exactly. The one thing that I really like about Alive's play here is that he has shown in the last few games that he has a lot of different strategies and is not afraid to use them. He's not only relying on a safe macro play, but he has so many openings and he's showcasing all of them. You're exactly right, Caldor. He has shown so much complexity in his play in all matchups. He's pulling 3 more SCVs here. That's going to come along with his 3 Marines he has now. It looks like NesTea knows something is up here. He's trying to go for these SCVs. The bunkering has begun. He's going to need to pull drones, and indeed he does. And I love his decision to pull this many. A lot of Zerg players make a mistake when they just try to rely on 3 or 4 of them, but he pulls enough of them to make sure that he can use them with the Zerglings if need be. And here they go, the drones
and the Lynx together try to stop this, and will he be able to do so? Oh, is he able to get into the bunker? The bunker is not gonna finish in time. Yes,
it does finish.
Whoa, but so many units already. Is he able to repair it?
He's trying. I don't think he can repair it though. And NesTea with a very sick hold here. He's pulling his drones, chasing these Marines further, but it looks like he's not only going to get the Marines, but the SCVs as well. Nicely done by NesTea.
Guys, give it up for NesTea here. Nice defense against Alive. Alive's double barracks play did not really work in his favor here. NesTea played it perfectly.
Even so, though, consider that because he had to make so many Zerglings, the worker count now is 20 to 16, and Alive's favor is going to be continuing to drone right now, but he can no longer really use these slow Zerglings. With good micro from Alive, he's going to have to send those Zerglings home. Until he has speed, they're going to be relatively useless, so in some ways it was a decent trade for Alive, but NesTea definitely getting the better hand here.
We have the expansion now for Alive, who is taking double gas at this point, double refinery. And of course, as soon as the lava mechanics are kicking in for NesTea with the 2 bases, he's getting ahead in harvesters. You have him at 21 against 22 already. But with the 1 spine crawler in the front, all these Marines, they just can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, they cannot do anything. This is NesTea using that high ground advantage. Of course, there's no way for the Marines to sneak around that spine crawler, so nicely done by NesTea, because this follow-up Marine pressure is very common to see. You can see here this barracks is being moved. He's going to make another barracks as well to complete his wall off the top of his ramp as his command center finishes. And of course, with the barracks going up in his main base, he can make a reactor, and I think we'll be following this up with reactor, heli, and pressure as well.
And while we're just having a quick look at the map, we can see that especially behind the natural and the 3rd base, there's a lot of dead space, and this is exactly one of the reasons why Mutalisks can't be used on this map. You just have so many positions where you can hide them, where you can bounce from base to base to base and just try to get into the economy line, picking off SCVs, trying to maybe take on a tech lab every now and then, or a reactor. So at this point, definitely a strategy that NesTea could use. He did it on the last 2 maps, and he might be able to change it, or he might want to change it because he doesn't want to be too predictable, but Mutalisks would definitely be a good option here.
Yeah, I think so. You're exactly right. I mean, that space behind the bases is just too big. It's so tempting. Now, something that's interesting to note is that Alive has a small group of Marines up at the top of the map. It looks like he's going to try to check for a 3rd, maybe try to pick off some units. He's coming in with a group from the south as well. They're going to kind of unite. I think he's trying to not only check for those bases, but to force units. He's actually going to trap these Zerglings, perhaps. Nice control by NesTea, barely escaping losing these Zerglings.
We have the Roach one for NesTea right now, while Alive just produced double factory. This time he's going for a lot more. This is actually a little bit the style that Marine King used against Lenok, and I really like this. A lot of bio units in a combination with Blue Flame Hellions and Thorzo tanks. So this is very, very strong. It's kind of new. It's not really figured out yet. So this might be something that NesTea does not know how to stop.
Yeah, it's basically kind of an older style, but it's coming back and people have changed it and improved it so much. It's a very difficult style to deal with. If you make any mistakes with your control, if Hellions get into your base, you lose drones so quickly. It's very unforgiving as well. If you try to commit with your Zerglings, you don't see how many Hellions are there. The Hellions can come in and catch you off guard. We see a lot of pressure here with these Marines. He's trying to scan and kill tumors. And the Roaches are, of course, spotted by the scan here as well.
Roach and Speedlings is currently the weapon of choice for NesTea. Alive starts with the siege tank production and starts also with the upgrade for the siege modes and with combat shield. So very interesting here, and exactly what we talked about. This is the Marine style.
He's making a lot of Zerglings counter. He may go for this Roach Zergling Baneling attack. Now he's not making any more drones. This is so weird considering that Alive is got this crazy wall up here with his 3 barracks. He's even making 2 bunkers right now. If NesTea really commits to this attack, he's gonna lose. I don't think he's gonna be able to break through here. No way.
I don't think he's gonna break through here, especially with the siege tank ready, and we nearly have the siege mode as well. The second tank should be there in time too, so I would be really surprised if this would be successful. Even with the Banelings, if he's able to get the siege tanks into position, this is so close, but NesTea is completely committing to this.
Yeah, he is completely committing. This is so weird. He's now seen the bunkers. Yeah, so many Banelings being morphed. 23, in fact. This is going to be so hard to hold. Here we go. The Banelings are morphing. He's getting a few more of them here. 10 more to be exact. That is a lot of Roaches as well. 11 Roaches. He may try to use the Roaches to target down those bunkers, but the Marines are already pre-split.
Talk about a lot of Banelings.
And
he is getting crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. The siege mode, though, is done.
Exactly, and we have more than one tank. By now, there are 3 of them.
Yep, even one up on the secondary high ground just in case things get crazy. Here we go!
He's going in there, the siege tanks do their damage. The Bailing's trying to get in here, but will it be enough? The bunker is down, at least one of them, but way too many units for that.
GG!
NesTea, he tries this all in, it fails. Alive, he is ready. And NesTea, GG's out of the game.
Yeah, that was quite an anticlimactic finish there, but Alive predicted what was going on, and it's so funny. I see the idea with NesTea here. He sees the barracks wall, and he thinks this will be the last thing he'll expect. He might not have his siege tanks in position. He might not have bunkers. Maybe I can break through here, but it just did not happen.
No, it did not. 3 siege tanks in positions, and all of these roaches died. The Banelings detonated into the barracks, and all these Marines with a beautiful concave were just too much to deal with.
It looked so strong. The Baneling bus with that many Banelings, but with the siege tank positioning and targeting the pre-split on the Marines, it was not going to work. So NesTea it was probably a strategy I planned for this map, I feel. He's probably thinking, all right, if I have to play on this map, I'm going to do this build here, and he just executed it regardless of the situation. And Alive held, man, so Alive is just one game away of making it to our grand finals. We'll see if NesTea can tie things up. Our next map is going to be Metropolis.
Metropolis is such an interesting map for Zerg versus Terran. We've seen a ton of different playstyles on this map, and well, I really love those really quick and all-in strategies with a lot of action. But what I really love most about Metropolis is when the game really goes completely out of control. Players tying it up, and then we have like a 40-minute game. That would be so great to see in this series right now.
That would indeed, man. This is a great map. It's a 4-player map. It's a very big one. There are a lot of different attack pathways, so the Zerg player has to be careful with what type of style he wants to use. Mutalisk can work on this map. Infestors can work well as well, so it's kind of a map where it's hard to say what NesTea is going to do, especially since he hasn't really shown his Infestor play just yet.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't show us his Infestor play at all. So Metropolis should really be a great map here. And I can still remember Lenok against Moreau with all these nukes. We saw a beautiful game earlier in ZVT as well. So this is definitely a map where we can see epic matches, and I really hope this is going to be another one.
Yeah, I think it very well will be. We're going to take a quick commercial break before we come back to our next game, so don't go anywhere. This is the IPL-4.